All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to show you a little bit about pouring our lead sinkers. Pretty simple process. A couple little tricks we use that help you pour a little better sinker. We like to warm our molds up and stuff. I'll show you about that. Because if you don't, you get these splits in your lead. I'll show that to you. First, basic tools. You need your lead pot, of course. We use a ladle because we pour a lot of bigger weights. Some needle nose, dikes, nippers, pliers. Propane torch will come in handy. We'll show you about that. Some tin snips. We've fortunately got some really good lead, some sheets, and we can trim that up into melting size pieces. I got a fire extinguisher handy, always a good idea. I do this on my bench. It's wood, so I put down some sheet metal. If you spill a little lead, it doesn't go to smoking the wood and all that good stuff. I got a little pan here for the slag. Bucket here with some water in it. And of course, good old safety glasses. I highly recommend them while you're pouring this lead. I'm going to turn my pot up a little more, get ready to pour, and start showing you what we do. Like I said, good lead is one of the secrets. This is good sheet lead, real soft. You can bend it. I recommend a good soft lead. Tire weights will work, but they're pretty brittle. I've had the eyes break off while fishing. If that's all you have, that's what you can use, but I strongly suggest some real good lead, soft lead. First thing we're going to do is, well, we'll throw this sinker in the pot, get it melting. Get your lead good and hot. I've already dipped some of the slag off. You can see right there, it's impurities, dirt, bugs, whatever is in the lead. I poured in this stainless steel little dog dish, and then some of that comes back out not too dirty, we'll re-pour it. I'm going to trim or skim a little more of that off because we're getting ready to pour here pretty quick. That looks pretty decent. Lead's nice and shiny, means it's hot. Pull that out. I don't know if you saw that, but that is pretty decent lead right there. We'll clean some of the impurities off and melt it again. Okay, first thing I like to do is warm up my molds. And let's see what we've got. We'll hold this one for later. Let's that's jig heads, that's for my son. Okay, we'll see if we can pour us a 12. Be careful. All this gets warm. These do-it molds have really nice handles, but these will get warm in here. The first thing I'm going to do is warm these up a bit. Simply warm the cavity. You don't need to get them smoking hot. You don't want to damage your molds, of course, but get them nice and warm. Just back and forth on them. That's probably hot enough. We'll see. It's kind of trial and error. Of course, clamp your mold back. It's a one sinker mold. Should be pretty easy to pour. Get a nice ladle full. I hold it over the pot. Once you get a little lead coming out of the top, you're hopefully nice and filled up. Hot ladle on the bench, that's why I put the metal down. We'll give this a few seconds, pop it open and see what we have. Okay, we've got our first pour, poured it really quickly, pop it open, got a nice 12. What I do is pull it out with a pair of needle nose. Watch those right there, they will get hot. And I put it in cold water. Let's see if we can pour another. Try to get the best lead you can get. Quick pour. I don't know, I shook a little on that one. That might not be a good one. We'll see. I gave it a few seconds. Yep, we missed a little bit. So once in a while you have to do that with these bigger sinkers, as you can see. So we'll just pull it out. Pop it back in the pot. Throw a little more lead in there. Nice thing about this sheet metal is that lead, it's galvanized, so it doesn't stick to it real bad. Let's see if we can do another pour. Sometimes it's trial and error. It's real humid today. So let's see what that was. One of the secrets, and you're going to have to play around with it every time, is pour fast and steady, and try not to get the hole filled up. There we go. Another nice 12. See if we can repeat the process. Like I said, be careful when you're using these. Don't touch those metal parts. I dunked mine in water. That way, if Gail wasn't filming here shortly, he could start trimming, and of course we'll put lead right back in the pot. You want to make sure your lead is really good and dry, no hidden pockets of water in it. You'll get steam, and that's not good. Up a little more, see if we can pour another one. Once your molds get good and warm, they definitely pour better. I'm going to set this right on top. Good steady pour. Try not to clog that hole up. There she goes, right to the top. I'll bet that's another nice sinker. It's been a while since I poured, so I'm kind of getting my technique back. We'll give that a few seconds. That lead can still be liquefied in the center of that sinker. So we'll give it a little bit. You can feel the heat coming up from those. If I'm pouring a lot, you can see I've got gloves up here. Probably not a good idea since we're just doing a demo. Look at there. Nice 12. That's what you want them to look like. Grab it with your pliers. Always remember, everything around here is hot. So be careful. Back in the water. Nice pour. We might even pour a different size here in a minute and show you the difference. These bigger sinkers are tough. I don't know about that one. We might be a little shy. We'll see. Some folks use the pour pots with the little handle. That works really good for the smaller sinkers, jig heads, stuff like that. I found you'll get a lot of weights like the one we showed you if that pour pot didn't get that lead in there fast enough. Yep, we're a little shy. I'll show you that. It happens. Not every time is a successful pour. Just a little on the side. I got a little light in my ladle. Stick him back in and get that mold closed. Keep that heat. See if we can do a new one. When you get done pouring, you're going to have a little, I guess that's called slag on the top. I chip that away before I get ready to mold. And there's a tiny bit of lead in there, but not enough to mess with. If you look, this is cooled down. That'll break. That's just garbage. So. Another thing I was going to tell you, keep it well ventilated. We've got both doors open, good airflow through. And this stuff probably isn't, you don't want to be breathing this for hours upon end in a non-ventilated area. I think we may have made a good one. We'll see. We're getting a little short on lead too. As you can see, you get a little splatter, so be very careful, but that comes right up off that galvanized. Nope, little shot. We'll cut this out. I try to get a good one. Okay, we poured a couple of those. Let's see, about 3 of those 12s. Not the easiest to pour. We're going to pour some egg sinkers, sliders. We use them some. There's our mold. We're going to heat him up. See if we can get a good pour out of it. It might take a couple. Sometimes these smaller ones just do really good well. Okay, these are a slider, so I'm going to stick a little T-handle in. That makes the hole through the middle of the sinker. We'll see if we can pour a couple. That looked like maybe one was pretty good. A little cold mold makes it a little difficult. Sometimes you just got to get a couple pours in it, even after heating it with the torch. Next thing you do, be careful. Pull your T-handle out. Should come right out. Let's see what we've got. There we go. Nice 6 and a nice 8 egg sinker. These littler ones are so much easier to pour. You could probably do these with a pour pot, but I found getting up around 10s, 12s, even pounds, really need to pour fast. See if we can get one more. Looks like we got 2 nice pours right there. You never know until you open it up. Those smaller cavities heat up real nice with the torch. It's the easier one to pour. We'll give it a few more seconds and pull the T-handle. I give it a little turn so I don't get my hands close to the mold. Pull it out. Let's see what we have. 2 more really nice egg sinkers. There we go. Again, if you're pouring a lot, well-ventilated area, I would suggest some leather gloves like I've got up there, any type work. You get to going fast, the molds get nice and warm. It's a good idea. All right, that's about it for today. Hopefully you liked what you saw. Tune in again. All right, we'll show you some of the sinkers we poured and the graduation and the quality of them. These are our very first pours, a little bit cooler mold. Then as you go along, get a little better. So don't get frustrated if it takes 2 or 3 sacrificial pours. You got to get those molds hot. I probably could have heated those up a little more, but we're not a commercial outfit, so we just kind of sit around and do it when we have the time. Another thing I do is take those hot molds and set them on top of a cold mold so they'll cool off. I suggest not walking away after you've poured for about 30-40 minutes. Make sure everything cools down good. You don't want to fire. There's some of our slag there. Just impurities in the lead, dirt and stuff. I store my lead out in the garage and it gets some dust on it and bugs in it and stuff like that. Watch your pot, make sure it's cooling down. Always unplug it when you walk off, just in case you forgot to turn it down. Hope you enjoyed the video.